Hi, my name is Rees Shad, and I'm a singer-songwriter living in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. But I tour nationally and play often just me and my guitar, like I'm going to play today, but also with my band, The Conversations. And I've been writing songs since pretty much I could start talking and walking. I've been composing music, and I've been recording it almost as long. When I was about 4.5 years old, I stole my father's reel-to-reel dictaphone, which was like a kind of tape deck that business people would use, and I brought it to the family piano, and I recorded my first song, Longing for the Neighbor's Daughter. And so love songs from the very beginning. Now, not always. And a lot of my songs have stories. They're strong narrative arcs that I try to engage with a listener through story. So anyway, one of the things that people comment on a lot about my music is that it comes from a lot of different genres. I play blues, I play folk, I play country, I play jazz, I play a little bit of everything because the stories that I tell sometimes need to have that genre as their basis, but also because I grew up listening to radio stations where if you listened all day, you would be exposed to all these genres. And sometimes in a given hour, you might hear George Jones, classic country music, followed by David Bowie, not classic country music, followed by something from maybe Louis Jordan. So it was a wonderful melting pot of music, and I try to go back to that when I create. So this is a song from an album that was just released in March. The album's called Porcelain Angel, and this is a little bit of an idea of the bluesy side of what I do. This is a song called Coda Blues. Baby, wake me in the morning with coffee and some tea. She cuddle up and tell me, ain't a man as sweet as me. Lord, I don't know what I done right, but I sure do want to do it again. There's a cockerel in a hen house, crowing up a storm. Baby, know just what to do so the cockerel don't do harm. I don't know what I done right, but I sure do want to do it again. She's always friendly, I'm never sad. She rubbed my feet when they're aching bad. Don't know what I done right in some former life to get myself the very, very best in wise, Lord. Don't know what I done right. Don't know what I done right, but I sure do wanna do it again. Baby, take me to the country, take me to the sea. Girl could take a man most any place you wanna be. I don't know what I done right, but I sure do wanna do it again. Baby, wake me in the morning with some coffee and some tea. Cuddle up or tell me, ain't a man as sweet as me. I don't know what I done right, but I sure do wanna do it again. So you could like listen to radio in the late 60s and the 70s, and you'd hear a song like that, and right after it, they might throw in an R&B tune. Here's a song from the album called A Man Like Me. Oh, baby, like to hold my hand when I make a promise. She looked me in the eye so she knows I'm true. only thing she values more than a man who's honest. You know that girl got hurt before by a man like you. I'm gonna tell you right here and now, I'm gonna love the girl to show her how. I'm gonna give her what she wants, what she wants is a man like me. She used to hang around with a gang that put on airs. They were talking down their noses, striking poses like they did not care. Loving everybody but themselves, or so they pretended. Oh, bottom of their cold black hearts, they didn't love themselves. I gotta tell you right here and now, I'm gonna love a girl to show her how. Give her what you want, what you want is a man like me. I'm gonna give her what you want is a man like me. In a land so full of fiction, all you gotta do to kick that addiction, girl, is a man like me. You know I never thought that much of myself, it's a natural fact. Oh, Lord gave me self-respect, but then he took it all back. Oh, I found it all again in a woman like that. I'm gonna live up to the challenge, give her everything them other men lack. I gotta tell you right here and now, I'm gonna love the girl to show her how. I'm gonna give her what she wants, what she wants is a man like me. I'm gonna give her what she wants, what she wants is a man like me. Now, the thing about that was both of those songs come from a kind of modern American songbook. The blues, of course, coming out of the Delta, but there were a lot of blues writers in the 60s that got attention, and certainly into the 70s. A lot of rock and roll was based in that, as well as the R&B stuff coming out of Detroit and Memphis and Mississippi and Alabama, and it was the kind of stuff that a little brain like mine just absorbed, like one of those little, toys you throw in a glass of water and it turns into a big dinosaur or whatever the hell. And it blew up at me. And I wanted to play music right from the start. The minute I started hearing it out of the radio, I wanted to reproduce it. I wanted to be able to listen to a tape deck or I wanted to be on the radio, but of course, 4 or 5 year old doesn't really happen for you. But anyway, so I also got very, very I guess I was very engaged by the American songwriters that were coming out of Southern California and certainly the Carolinas, folks like James Taylor, Carole King from New York, a bunch of really important songwriters in that late 60s to middle 70s singer-songwriter, where folks were beginning to emulate the Beatles by playing their own music, writing their own songs. And so those writers were really influential as well. And so I think that's probably a big part of the root of the music that I make. So this is a song that I wrote. I write a lot of songs. I'm always writing a song. Every morning I sit down and write. And that means I produce an awful lot of crap. But once in a while I find something that is worth working with. And I'll record that with the band or other people. And I also go to songwriting retreats simply because it's really lovely to immerse myself among other songwriters. And that kind of influence is really important to me as a writer, being around other writers and seeing how they practice and how their creative practice moves them to continue on, even though, heck, we don't make much money doing this. So I was at Ellis Paul's New England songwriting retreat, and full of a bunch of song ideas, and I wrote this one. This is a song that takes the traditional "my baby's on a train leaving me at the station" and flips the narrative. I'm on the train leaving someone at the station. And what is that about? It's called "The Right Thing." This is also from the Porcelain Angel record. I misjudged the situation. I could not have been more wrong. I left you standing at that station, wondering what you could have done. There were strangers staring at you as you stood there and you cried. I explained before I left you, but my story was a lie, and I believed I was doing the right thing. Self-deceived into doing the one thing I could never quite undo. I went down to New York City, tried to follow all my dreams. It turned out as you'd imagine, with me sleeping on the street. I fell in with other strugglers. Every story was the same. What stands out is our insistence that we never were to blame, and we believe we were doing the right thing. Self-deceived into doing the one thing I could never quite undo. My plans as sketches, so as to adapt them on the fly. Instead I started with all of the details, scratching out everything by and by. Now it's ink black paper, just conducive of a lie. You can't go home again, they'll tell you. Nothing good comes from return, so I wallow in this distance and I suffer of the yearn for forgiveness never asked for, and contrition left undone. I can't bring myself to face you and the woman you've become, and I believe, oh, I was doing the right thing. Self-deceived into doing the one thing I could never quite undo. I could never quite undo. So I'm going to do the title track of the new record, which is called Porcelain Angel. And It's a song that I also wrote that same weekend that I wrote The Right Thing, the song I just played. And it's this song is a little bit harder to play for people, but I had to because in the music industry and a lot of media and I would say ego-driven art media people tend to be self-doubting and often self-destructive. And I've known way more people than I would have ever expected when I started this journey who have been so self-destructive. Sometimes we can help them, sometimes we can't. And so this is a song about a guy that comes from the latter group of people, someone I couldn't help. And I couldn't be around anymore, even though I loved him. And the wild thing about this is I was at that writing retreat, at Ellis's writing retreat, and I dreamt my old friend singing a song to me. And I woke up and penned it right away. And that's this song. It's called Porcelain Angel. Side-eye checking if I got your joke. Seen you practice every word you spoke. Could have been imposing, if not so insular. Oh, an angel in the making, brooding man so insecure. Young man's promise spoiling on the vine, burned through everything looking for a rhyme. Everyone was envious for a window in time. Oh, he built up a wall to that beautiful mind. Did we all abandon you high up on that shelf? Porcelain angel, just singing to yourself, as much to anyone as anybody else. Did we all abandon you? We just abandoned you. Tectonics seem to come into play. Space between us wider every day. Perhaps it was deliberate, but who am I to say? Oh, you built that great divide and we all just let it stay that way. High up on your shelf, porcelain angel, just singing to yourself, as much to anyone as anybody else. Did we all abandon you? All abandon you. You burn through luck and you burn through friends. Every sad story has a sadder end. You made yourself the hero of your own tragedy. Your leaving was a whisper heard across a silent sea. just abandon you. Okay. I'm going to give you another tune here that is on the new record and has been climbing up the folk charts. Here I'm in, people talk about radio charts, something with a bullet. Well, this is something with a bullet that seems to keep on going, and it's up in, I think I'm number 3 on the folk charts right now, which is probably means 200 DJs around the country. Not a big deal, but it's sweet. It's nice to have people hearing my music and thinking it's worth sharing. Thank you for inviting me on so that I can share this stuff. I mean, it means a lot. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself, which kind of, gotta admit, kind of feels that way right now. I'm talking to you, and that's okay, but and you out in the audience, yes. This is a song that was written with a guy named Lance Cowan down in Nashville, and Lance and I have been writing on and off for years, and maybe the lyrics will just let you know what it's about. Well, I should mention that I recorded this song last June with the wonderful Kemp Harris, Natalia Zuckerman, who's from Millerton, and our local hero, Wanda Houston, who is probably one of my favorite human beings on the planet. Just a wonderful, wonderful lady. So they sing on the record. Could you make things worse if you spoke your mind? Could you make things different with a single line? Does a tree really fall if it makes no sound? Ain't that the way that the world goes round? Ain't that the way that the world goes round? You know the planet's spinning, perhaps you can't stop that. You can call out the bullies and the cheats and the rats. Don't tell it like you see it, then you're duty bound to take the ride as the world goes down, 'cause that's the way that the world goes round. If we watch in silence, if we just turn our backs, do we have the right to question where we end up at? You know they'll turn the screws as long as you sit back, unless you step up to the line and do a righteous act. Speak truth to power, bring the liar down. You can change up the way that the world goes round. You can change up the way that this world goes round. Change up the way, change up the way, change up the way, change up the way. Live, that goes on for quite a while with everybody singing along. I hope you were singing along from wherever you're hearing this. This is a tune that, is also on the record that I wrote with Lance. And it's called Thumb in the Scales. And it was written in response to what was going on out in Ohio in a place called East Palestine. And but the problem is it's spelled Palestine, and originally we had the song called East Palestine, Palestine, and everybody read it as Palestine and thought it was about a whole different thing than it was. But there was a train wreck out there about 2 years ago, and it was pretty awful for those communities around the wreck. It burned for days, a lot of toxins floating around, and a lot of people just trying to pretend it didn't happen. Winds are blowing, fire burning in the sky. All right. Big cloud rising in the darkness like a lie. Waves on a wheat field, all lines drawn in the sand. Crack on a windshield, and there's a tremor in my hand. Trusting in strangers who smile empty-eyed, never seeing danger as they're thumbing the scale on their side. Night gets darkest when the stars all start to fade. Truth is the hardest when everything's at stake. Deadpan predictions that all will be well. Oh, talking head on TV. There's a prophet in this hell. Trusting in strangers who smile empty-eyed, never see the danger as they're thumbing the scale on their side. Thanks so much for having me here. I really appreciate the invitation, the opportunity to play for you and share these songs. Again, I'm Rees, Shad, and I appreciate you.